Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, my name's Gemma. This is my friend Johnny, and we're from Plymouth.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Chris. This is my work colleague, Adam, and we're from Grimsby.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Penny. This is my sister Jo, and we're from Barry.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Leo. I'm from Nottingham. This is my friend James from Peterborough.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks, all of you. We'll find out more about you throughout the show as it goes along. So that just leaves one more person for me to introduce, a roaming, unfeeling knowledge samurai, selling his masterful and brutal skills of trivia to the highest bidder. Just don't ask him to show you his sword. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Oh, yeah. Hi, everybody. Hiya. Good afternoon to you.
And to you, Rich.
Are you well?
I'm very well, thank you.
Excellent. We only got one returning pair from last time. It was Chris and Adam. Adam made the mistake of coming along to the show with his boss, which you must never do, must you? Especially if you've got a roundabout Cockney rhyming slang and you give an answer that doesn't rhyme. In round one, and you get knocked out. So he's got some making up to do, I suspect, if he wants to keep his job for next week. And we always chat to everyone before the show and sort of get their measure. I think there's trouble on one of our podiums.
Do you want me to guess which one?
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, no, I know exactly where it is, yeah. Yeah, it's podium three.
Podium three,
I've got a nose for that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just instantly. You just tell it instantly, can't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of true. Maybe. Probably true.
Cracking show today, though. Round two, before we start it, and there's something I need to talk to you about just at the very beginning of round two, so remind me. There's just a little something that needs addressing.
OK. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now, all of today's questions have been asked to 100 people before the show. All our contestants have to do is eke out those pointless answers, that being an answer that none of our 100 people gave. Each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Now, Adrian and Rebecca didn't win the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £4,250. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, now, the pair with the highest score at the end of this round will be eliminated. And remember, there is to be no conferring during the round itself. Our first category today is tennis. Tennis. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many 2013 Grand Slam semi-finalists as they could. 2013 Grand Slam semi-finalists, Richard.
We're looking for the name of any tennis player, female or male, who made the semi-finals of any of the 4 Grand Slam tournaments in 2013, please. That's the Australian or French Open, Wimbledon or the US Open. So any male or female tennis player who made the semi-finals of any of those 4 tournaments. Very best of luck.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Johnny and Gemma, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. Now, Gemma, what do you do?
I work in a corner shop, but I also do a lot of charity work.
Good for you. Very good. So a convenience store?
Yes, a convenience store. It's a family-run business.
Very nice. That means you must know everyone.
Nice.
You know everyone in the area.
I do. I'm the hub of the community.
You know what papers they buy.
There you go.
What magazines they have on regular order.
It's the bane of my life.
Penny, oh, yeah. Well, you have to shake them out.
I have to count them.
Oh, no.
£2 worth of penny sweets at 3 o'clock with a queue full of children.
Wow. How many children do you allow in the shop at once?
We don't have rules.
Oh, I like that.
Carnage.
Wow.
3 o'clock, carnage.
Free for all.
Yeah.
Now, all right, Gemma, tennis.
I think I am going to go for... I'm worried about his first name now. Novak Djokovic.
OK, Novak Djokovic, says Gemma. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Well, it's right. That is a very important part of your answer. 35. We will discover how good or bad a score that is, but I think that's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's a good start. Well played. He's the only player to appear in the semi-finals of all 4 of those tournaments, actually.
Chris, welcome back to the show. Now, last time, round 1.
Yeah.
Oh, you were all right.
Yeah, I did fine.
Yeah. Now, Chris, your phone shop,
Yes.
the mobile phone shop you run, where you are the manager and you employ Adam, is it a sort of independent shop? Is it very much your own bosses, or are you run by a particular mobile phone network?
Yeah, I work for a particular network.
So your job is essentially to know a little bit about the handsets, but a lot about the tariffs.
Absolutely, we need to know everything about every handset to give the perfect demo to the customers.
Very good. Oh, dear, Chris, I bet he's good.
Yeah, I
His
bet he's
customer
good.
care, I'm sensing it from here.
Me too.
Absolutely holistic. 360 degree is what it is. Now then, Chris.
Yes.
Tennis.
Ah, no.
Really?
Yes. I'm going to go for an answer.
That's what I'm hoping you will.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's right as well. I'm going to go to America, Serena Williams.
Serena Williams,
Yes.
says Chris. Serena Williams. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. Well, 35 is what Gemma scored. You passed that 33. Oh, it's close, though.
Yeah, winner of the French and the US Open, Serena Williams. Also got 4 gold medals in the Olympics.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, Penny, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. What do you do, Penny?
I've got my own business. I run classes, bilingual classes, for babies and little ones, where we teach language through music. So it's a lovely job. It's brilliant.
And the languages being, I'm guessing, Welsh and English.
Exactly right.
And so you sing songs. Do you do Jigifil Bach a Carion in Dai, Drossa Manana Hillachnai, Durana Ravana Kelly Conslick a Company Dai, Well done, he drink. Do you do that?
Yeah, we do.
There we go.
Not as good as that.
OK,
Fair play.
there you go. Good.
Yes.
So, Penny,
Yes.
excellent.
Thank you.
What are you going to go for?
I'm going to say Rafael Nadal.
Rafael Nadal. Let's see if Rafael Nadal is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It is, of course, right. Now, 35 is our high score, 33 our low. I wonder... Oh, 39. You're in the 30s. This is all good. You're 4 ahead. Not bad at all.
Yeah, Rafa Nadal, Penny, very good answer, well played. I feel bad for saying you were going to be trouble, because you're not trouble at all. You even let Zander do a Welsh song.
See?
I know.
Little spotlight, everything. on there.
Lovely.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, James, welcome. Welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here. James, what do you do?
I'm a service manager in the animal feed industry.
What are your hobbies away from animal feed?
Play football, squash, anything competitive, really. I normally play against Leo and beat him quite convincingly, so...
I tell you what I'm sensing from the 4th podium is an answer that's going to score less than 33. That's what I'm thinking.
Based on the fact I know that Leo's going to do really well at this, I'm going to take a punt, I think, and say Linar.
Linar. OK, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Linar. It's right. Well done, James. Good answer. As I say, 33 is our low score so far. You whiz past that to 3. Very well done, James.
That's a very good answer, yeah, on that last podium. She was a semi-finalist in the US Open.
Thank you very much. Now, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. 3, James. Very well done. A lot of 3s in this round. Then we travel up from there to 33, where we find Chris and Adam, up to 35, where we find Gemma and Johnny, then up to 39, where we find Penny and Joe. So, Joe, now you're looking troubled.
Oh, I am troubled.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What, tennis?
I only know 2, and Penny said one of them, and the other one is just terrible.
Well, that's OK. As long as it's terrible and right, it might be fine.
OK.
Listen, well, best of luck. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, now, Leo, remember we're looking for the name of anyone who's reached the semi-final of a Grand Slam tennis tournament in 2013. Welcome to the show, Leo. What do you do?
Please don't boo me, but I'm an accountant, I'm afraid.
No one really would have minded, actually. I think accountants are great.
Everybody likes accountants,
Everyone likes
don't they?
accountants. I think I think that's a very outmoded reference. I think people like accountants.
They like accountants, they don't like tax collectors. I think it's
Oh,
more
they
the
don't
way
like
around.
No.
I like to think I'm not a stereotypical accountant. though, as well, so.
I'd like to think you're not as well. I think that's saying. So Leo, there you are. You're on 3. High scorers on 39. Joe and Penny. You've been billed as the great eminence grise of tennis. So I'm looking forward to this.
I'm about to shatter some illusions there, I think. I'm going to play relatively safe, and I'm going to go for Roger Federer.
Roger Federer. There is your red line, Roger Federer. Will that get you below that red line? Let's find out. No, wait, 40. 43 is your total.
Yeah, it's a big score, and actually he had a terrible season in 2013 by his standards. The only semi-final he made in the Grand Slam was Australia.
Now then, Joe, look, what a lifeline you've been thrown. What about that? 43. We have new high scorers, Leo and James. Welcome to the show, Joe.
Hi.
Welcome. What do you do, Joe?
Will I say librarian or will I say information professional? I'm not sure.
Well,
I'm a librarian. I can't get away from
An
it.
information professional. Is that one of the...
Well, CILIP is the Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professionals, and it sounds a little better than librarian.
I think librarian's a great job.
Librarian sounds great.
Cracking job.
What is it with accountants and librarians that have been down on themselves all of a sudden?
Yeah, librarians, in my experience, have always been fantastic people. Now, Joe, I mean, listen, if there's a world in which you could score 3 or less, that'd be a world in which you went through to the next round.
Yes. Ooh. I'm going to say Andy Murray, because he's the only other tennis player I know.
Andy Murray. OK, well, let's see if you can score 3 or less with Andy Murray. There's your red line. Let's find out how many people said Andy Murray. It's right. 71. 71 takes your total up to a neat 110. But
Well, to make things tidy.
you're not out of the game yet.
He's a correct answer, and he'll be around for a long time to come, I suspect.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Adam, welcome back.
Hello again.
Welcome back. We discovered last time that you and Chris became firm friends when you were a customer in the shop and you went skydiving with him.
Exactly. It just goes to show what crazy things can happen when you're going to buy a mobile phone. Next week, you're hailing through the air at 10,000 miles an hour. You just never know.
Now, has Chris kept up that level of excitement?
Well, he's a fantastic manager, and he always keeps everyone happy in the office. Basically, he's the best talker to customers I know as well.
Wow, you may yet keep your job.
I'm fighting for my job.
That's good. OK, well, listen, there you are. You're on 33. The high scorers at the moment are Joe and Penny on 110, so 76 or less will see you through. I have a feeling you're going to be all right on this.
OK, I'm just going to throw it out there, and I'm going to go for Tim Henman.
Tim Henman. It's quite nice and high, your red line. There it is. I mean, really, it should be an easy journey, that one.
I've got the faith.
Let's see if Tim Henman can get you below that red line. Chris, what do you think?
Oh, no.
Let's find out. Tim Henman, is that right? No, I'm sorry, Adam. I'm sorry. You have just made Joe and Penny extremely happy. But I'm afraid that has scored you the maximum of 100 points, takes your total up to 133. But the game is not over yet. You're not out of the game quite yet.
Sorry, Adam, he retired in 2007, I'm afraid, Tim Henman, though he was a tennis player. Chris, I have one question for you.
Yeah.
When is Adam's next appraisal?
Very, very soon. You're getting me a bit hot under the collar here.
So we come to you, Johnny. What do you do?
I'm a web programmer for a market research company. We do sort of online surveys, actually.
OK. And what are you going to go with?
I think there was a lady in the semi-finals, Flipkins, I think she's called Kirsten Flipkins, but I'm going to go a bit safer and go for Sabine Lisicki.
Sabine Lisicki.
Yep.
OK, Johnny and Gemma, there is your red line. If you get below that with Sabine Lisicki, you are through to round 2. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. Very well done, Johnny. Three. You equal our other low score. Very well done. That takes your total up to 38, the lowest total of the whole round. Very well done.
Well played, Johnny. As you say, she made the final. You're right about Kirsten Flipkins as well. She would have scored you 1 point. A terrific answer. Let's take a look at the 2 pointless answers were Flavia Pennetto got through to the semi-finals of the US Open, and Sloane Stephens got through to her first Grand Slam semi-final in 2013 in the Australian. Other low scorers you could have had. Sara Errani would have scored you 1. Richard Gasquet would have scored you 1. Flipkins would have scored you 1 as well. Stanislav Wawrinka would have scored you 2. Let's take a look at the top 3. Rafa on 39. Federer on 40 and Andy Murray on 71.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our first round, the pair who are heading home with their high score of 133, it's Chris and Adam. I am so sorry. It's been round 1 each time, which is too little time.
Well, we've had a giggle. That's the main thing.
Yeah, you have, Adam. And yeah, you are a member of our... Personally, you are in the 200 club. We've had 2 answers from you, and we've had 100 points for each. But that, you know what, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. You've got a nice journey back to Grimsby. You can spend all of that working out what your next job's going to be. It's been an enormous pleasure having you on the show. Adam and Chris, thanks so much for playing. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. And so 3 pairs remain. Obviously, at the end of this round, we'll have to say goodbye to another pair in time for our head-to-head round. Well, Johnny and Gemma, great low score from you, Johnny, and from you, James, though, with Lee Nar. Fantastic. Oh, and Penny and Joe. Oh, what a relief, eh?
A little close, huh?
A little bit close. Well, very best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 is history. It's history. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium.
And this is the bit where I wanted to say to you at
Yeah.
the start of round 2 that I have an issue with. Because we always do what's it about and what's the specific question.
Yeah.
So it's history, right?
Yeah.
So I'm polishing up my Tudors and what have you.
Yeah.
Just take a look at what the question is.
OK. And the question concerns the 1970s.
See, to me, that's current affairs. That's topical.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Anyway, on each pass, we're going to give you 6 clues to people or events that happened during the 1970s. Give us a nice obscure answer. You're going to score fewer points. It's going to be 12 in all to have a go at home. Best of luck with this historical round.
Now then, so remember, we're looking for the people and events of the 1970s described by these clues. Here is our first board of 6. Reads like this: the common name given to the Communist Party that ruled Cambodia, 1975 to 79, the Egyptian who succeeded Nasser as president in 1970, the name of the revolutionary group that overthrew the government of Nicaragua in 1979, the country that seceded from Pakistan in 1971, the general who seized power in Uganda in 1971, and the art historian revealed as the 4th man in 1979. I'll read those all one last time. The common name given to the Communist Party that ruled Cambodia, 1975 to 79, the Egyptian who succeeded Nasser as president in 1970, the name of the revolutionary group that overthrew the government of Nicaragua in 1979, the country that seceded from Pakistan in 1971, the general who seized power in Uganda in 1971, and the art historian revealed as the 4th man in 1979. There we are. 6 clues to 6 people or events of the 1970s. Oh, Gemma, you don't look happy.
I'm really struggling here. My history wasn't this, really. But I'm a huge fan of the 70s music-wise.
That's a good way in.
I know, but none of the answers are Paul McCartney and Wings. I'm just going to have to guess. Common name given to the Communist Party that ruled Cambodia is the Red Party.
The Red Party, you're going to say. OK.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's not a terrible guess. The Red Party. The Red Party. Let's see if that's right. I'm afraid it's an incorrect answer, Gemma. Scores you 100 points, but it's not a stupid incorrect answer. It's a clever incorrect answer.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, sorry, Gemma. That is genuinely a tough board, actually, if you weren't around the time. All of the answers are things that were on the news when we were growing up, so we'll know them all. But that is actually a tough... That's a tough board.
That may well not be the last 100 points, Gemma, so take heart.
I hope not.
Joe.
It won't be the last 100, I promise you.
Are you struggling with the entire board?
I actually am. There's two that I think I should know, but they're just not coming to me. They're just not there.
I'll never speak to you again if
I
you get it
know,
wrong.
I know.
No pressure.
I know. I'm going to say the Red Army for the Communist Party. I don't know if it's right or not.
The Red Army.
The Red Army.
OK, the Red Army
Because
for the
I just don't
Communist
know.
Party. There they are, Cambodia. Yep, OK, well, let's see if that's right. The Red Army. No, I'm afraid an incorrect answer there. Joe scores you 100 points as well.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Joe, not Red Army either. We'll find out that elusive name at the end of the pass.
Hey, I tell you what, though, James, you can talk us through the board. That board is all yours.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is some kind of sick joke, really. So what I'm going to do is say the Egyptian who succeeded Nasser as president, and I'm going to say it really confidently, so in some kind of Darren Brown thing, you actually give it as the right answer. So I'm going to say it's definitely Al-Hassan.
Al-Hassan?
Yep.
OK, let's see if that's right, shall we? Al-Hassan. If it is, let's see how many people said it. Oh, no. I don't know what's going on. There must be a tower malfunction or something, James, but that is registering as wrong. despite my brain telling me that was right. Don't know what's going on. I'm afraid that scores you 100 points.
Yeah, I can't quite understand. Can we check the tower?
Yeah.
Is there a... Now, the name of the Communist Party is...
Khmer Rouge.
The Khmer Rouge would have scored you 22. The Egyptian who succeeded Nasser?
Was Sadat.
Anwar Sadat, yep. Would have scored you 7. The Revolutionary Group, see, this is where music can help you out.
Contras. No.
It wasn't the Contras, it was Sandinistas.
Oh, Sandinistas.
Of course, the Clash album.
Ah.
Did that help? Well, that would have scored you 3 points. Sandinista National Liberation Front, I'd have given you Sandinistas. Now, if you're going to guess something, guess a country, because there's not as many countries. You've just got to guess a country that's near Pakistan. Bangladesh is the answer to that one. That would have scored you 21. The general who seized power?
Idi Amin.
Idi Amin. There you
That's
go.
what I was going to say, but I didn't know if I'd had it right.
Oh, you should have said it. Oh, that's annoying. And the art historian... No, not... But, you know...
Anthony Blunt.
Anthony Blunt was the art historian, yep. And he would have scored you 16. So 100 did all right there.
They did. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores, because it's close. Well, very well done, Gemma and Johnny. The lowest score and the highest score in that round. Ditto Joe and Penny, and ditto James and Leo. You're all on 100, which means Leo, Penny and Johnny, it's all between you to decide who leaves us at the end of the round. Do you think it's going to go to lockdown? I
think it almost certainly feels like it's going to go to a 70s-style lockdown, which would be a gas-powered lockdown.
Oh, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Sort of / power cut. That's great. OK, we're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more clues on the board, and let's pray some of us know these. The Prime Minister in power during the UK's winter of discontent. The second and third of the disputes known as the Cod Wars occurred between the UK and this nation. The exiled cleric returned to Iran in 1979 and became political and religious leader for life. The name of the Prime Minister of Rhodesia when it declared itself a republic in 1970. The Chilean president overthrown in a military coup led by Augusto Pinochet in 1973. And the British male golfer who won the US Open in 1970. I'll read those all one last time. The Prime Minister in power during UK's winter of discontent. The second and third of the disputes known as the Cod Wars occurred between the UK and this nation. The exiled cleric returned to Iran in 1979 and who became a political and religious leader for life. The name of the Prime Minister of Rhodesia when it declared itself a republic in 1970. The Chilean president, overthrown in a military coup led by Augusto Pinochet in 1973, and the British male golfer who won the US Open in 1970. There we are. 6 clues to 6 more people and events of the 1970s. Now, Leo, you're on 100 points. You're joint high scorers along with everyone else. We need a score of less than 100. I think you can do this, Leo.
I'm not so sure.
Oh, come on. Come on, there's some easier ones there.
I could look really foolish, but I'm going to take a guess. I don't know when the winter of discontent was, but I'm going to guess it was during the early reign of Margaret Thatcher.
OK, let's see if that's right. No red line for you as your joint high scorers. Margaret Thatcher. No. No, I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you the maximum of 100 points, takes your total up to 200.
We've never had a 600-point round 2 before.
Nope.
I would bet we won't have a 600. I think Penny and Johnny, one of them is going to get one of these.
I think so. Penny?
Yes.
Is it you?
Do you know what? I wouldn't bet on me, but I'm going to have a go. I'm going to go the Prime Minister, and I'm going to go that it was Harold Wilson in the winter of discontent. Because he had a pipe, trustworthy. Kind of true.
Harold Wilson. Let's see if that's right. There's your red line. Oh. I'm afraid that's another incorrect answer. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 200.
Yeah,
Richard?
we are guaranteed lockdown now.
Yeah.
We're guaranteed tie. Oh, lockdown.
Oh, lockdown.
Johnny, no pressure, but come on.
Come on, Johnny. Come on, pull it out of the bag.
Fiona
no
Bruce has
way.
got news to read.
Well, the first board was a stinker. This one's a stinker too. I'm going to have a guess at a country. For the Cod Wars, I'm going to go for Norway.
OK, Norway, says Johnny for the Cod Wars. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Norway. There's your red line. No, bad luck, Johnny. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you the maximum of 100 points, takes your total up to 200. We have reached lockdown.
We really have reached lockdown.
OK, now, as it's a tie, the tied pairs have to give me one more answer each, and they are allowed to confer this time. The pair with the highest score will be eliminated. Johnny and Gemma, you will go first.
Golfer, I've gone...
Gone blank.
Tom's going to punch me.
Gemma's trying to rack her brain for the golfer, but it's not coming. And we're sort of agreed on Edward Heath for the Prime Minister.
Ted.
Ted Heath.
OK, you're going to say Ted Heath. Now then, Penny and Joe.
Yes.
Put your heads together and come up with an answer.
You want to go for James Callaghan?
No, he's the only other one I could think of. The
When
70s.
Macmillan. What's his name?
Harold. It was in the 60s, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I'm sure it was the 60s.
James Callaghan for the Prime Minister.
James Callaghan for the Prime Minister. OK. Now then, Leo and James. We need an answer from you, from this board.
We're going to go for the golfer. The only problem is we're not even sure he's British, but we're going to go for Tony Jacklin.
Tony Jacklin. Tony Jacklin. So, in the order they were given, Johnny and Gemma have submitted Ted Heath as the Prime Minister during the Winter of Discontent. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Ted Heath. Nope. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Takes your total up to 300. OK, now, Penny and Joe have said that the Prime Minister during the Winter of Discontent was James Callaghan. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. There's your red line. Get below that, the head-to-head beckons. It's right! It's right! We have a correct answer. James Callaghan. 15, very well done. 215 is your score. Very well done.
Yeah, he was essentially the last person who was Prime Minister in the 70s who hadn't been mentioned yet. We've had every single other Prime Minister in the 70s apart from Callaghan.
There we are. OK, now then, Leo and James have said Tony Jacklin as the male golfer who won the US Open in 1970. Tony Jacklin. Here's your red line. Let's see if Tony Jacklin's right. It's right! Very well done indeed, Leo and James. We have a result. 14. It's close. 214 your total. Oh.
Leo and James, thank you so much. And thank you to Tony Jacklin as well, and congratulations. Should we go through the rest of this board? We better do it quickly. The second and third, what's the country, the cod wars?
Iceland.
Iceland,
yes.
Yep. Exactly, that's why the shop is called Iceland. Would have scored you 32. The exiled cleric?
Ayatollah Khomeini.
Ayatollah Khomeini, yeah, who was around in all of your lifetime, so no excuses there. Would have scored you 16. The Prime Minister of Rhodesia?
Ian Smith.
Ian Smith, yeah, well done. That's a tough answer, 20 points. And the Chilean President? Well, Salvador Allende.
Ah, yes, Allende.
That's a tough answer, 4 points. That's the best answer on the board. But again, our 100 doing very well there.
Thanks very much indeed. So, eventually, at the end of our second round, the pair leaving us with a high score of 300. It's Johnny and Gemma. I'm sorry, that was a really tough board. That was really, really, really tough. We put you through the ringer there.
It was.
So, yes, I mean, no shame in that high score. We'll see you again next time. We'll look forward to that very much indeed. But thanks very much for playing Meanwhile, Johnny and Gemma. But for the remaining two pairs, it's now time for our head-to-head. Congratulations, Leo and James, Penny and Joe. You're now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £4,250. Now, we have to decide who's going to play for that money, and to do that, you are now going to go head-to-head. The difference being you're now allowed to confer. And the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well, it's boys versus girls. It's friends versus sisters. I tell you what, after that last round, this is going to be a breeze. Best luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns... Take That singles. Take That singles, Richard.
We're going to show you 5 visual clues now to the titles of Take That Top 40 singles. Can you name the singles, please?
Thanks very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 visual clues, and here they come. We have A, B, C, D, and E. OK, now, Leo and James, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you will go first.
I'm is it only takes a minute. No, I don't think it's C at all. What do you reckon then? It only takes one. We do know a couple of them. The one we're going to go for is answer B, and we believe that is it only takes a minute.
It only takes a minute. It only takes a minute, say Leo and James. Now then, Penny and Joe, talk us through the rest of the board, if you can.
Right, we're going to say that A is patience.
Patience.
We're going to say that D is pray, and E is possibly relight my fire. Out of those, what one do you want to go for? You have patience? We're going to go patience.
OK, patience. A, patience. So you have it only takes a minute versus patience. Leo and James said it only takes a minute. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. Now then, Penny and Joe, you've gone for patience, and you are saying that A is patience. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said that. It's right. Ooh, look at that, 14. 3 behind, but very well done. Leo and James, after one question, you are up 1-0.
That was a close one. We'll leave C till last. You were right about the other two. D is pray. Would have scored you 33. And E is relight my fire, 23. Any ideas on C?
Pachyderm.
It's not pachyderm. I'll tell you what, the elephant is a clue, but the flowers are also a clue.
Oh, I know what it is. That's clever. Forget-me-nots.
Never forget.
Never forget, exactly.
Never forget, yeah. I would have scored you 6 points.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, here comes your second question. Penny and Joe, you have to win this one to stay in the game. You will get to answer it first, though. Best of luck. It concerns Sir Alex Ferguson.
Well done. Worthy winners.
Sir Alex Ferguson. Richard.
I'm going to show you 5 clues now to facts about Sir Alex Ferguson. Can you give us the most obscure answer from this board?
OK, let's reveal our 5 clues, and here they come. We have got the last Scottish League club he managed before taking charge at Manchester United, the striker that Ferguson signed from Everton in 2004, who scored a hat-trick on his United debut, the club he referred to as noisy neighbours in 2009, the team that Manchester United drew 5-5 with in Ferguson's last game in charge, and the assistant manager under Ferguson, who later became England manager in 2006. I'll read those all one last time. The last Scottish League club he managed before taking charge at Manchester United, the striker that Ferguson signed from Everton in 2004, who scored a hat-trick on his United debut, the club he referred to as noisy neighbours in 2009, the team that Manchester United drew 5-5 with in Ferguson's last game in charge, and the assistant manager under Ferguson, who later became England manager in 2006. Penny and Joe go first.
Listen now. Do you know any England managers?
No, there was one that was with Middlesbrough, but I don't know.
Right.
Is it Wayne Rooney?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking Gareth Bale, but he's too young now, isn't he? We'll go for
Wayne
Rooney.
OK.
We don't know if that's right.
We don't know.
We'll go the striker that Ferguson signed for.
OK, you're going to say Wayne Rooney. OK, now then, Leo and James, talk us through the rest of the board.
We think we know them all. The top one we think is Aberdeen. Club he referred to as noisy neighbours is Man City. Assistant manager under Ferguson is Steve McLaren. But we're going to go with the team that Man United drew with in the last game, which is West Brom.
West Brom.
Yep.
OK, so we have Wayne Rooney and we have West Bromwich Albion. OK, so Penny and Joe, you've gone with Wayne Rooney. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right. 32. Leo and James have gone with West Brom. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said that. It's right, and if this goes below 32, you are straight through to the final, and you are. Very well done indeed. 11. Very well done. Leo and James, after only 2 questions, straight through you go. 2-0.
Well played, gents. Yeah, that was Fergie's 1500th game in charge of Man United. His first game, he lost 2-0 to Oxford United. Sort of result would get you sacked these days.
Yeah.
You're right about Steve McLaren, or Steve McLaren, would have scored you 14. You're right about Man City as well. That would have scored you 51. And you're right about Aberdeen, and that would have scored you 25 points. Very well done to anyone. I've got all 5 of those at home as well.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid it's Penny and Joe. A great performance through the show, great entertainment from you. And the great news for us is we get to see you again next time. It'd been too sad if you'd only been here for one show. So Penny and Joe, thank you so much for playing. Penny and Joe, great contestants. But for Leo and James, it's now time for our Pointless final. Congratulations, Leo and James. You've seen off all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless trophy, so very well done. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, that stands at £4,250. Wow, what a campaign it was to get to here. We'll never forget that round two in a hurry. So, yes, well done. 2-0 in the head-to-head. Scored 11 on each one. Oh, something going on there. What would you like to see come up in this round?
Same again, really. Music.
Manchester United.
Music, yeah, basically. Music and football.
Excellent. Well, as ever, you get to choose your category, and there are 4 options, and they are Literary Johns, Moons of the Solar System, The London Underground, Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals.
I think the only one I think I could take some reasonable guesses at would be the London Underground.
Yeah.
And if you've got any others, but...
No, I've been there. So that's my best guess, really. So, yeah.
OK.
London Underground.
The London Underground. Richard.
OK, very best of luck. We'll give you 3 different options now. We're looking for any London Underground station that includes the word hill anywhere in its name, including as part of a longer word. Any London Underground station that contains the word park, or any station containing the word wood. So hill, park or wood, and that's just the London Underground, please, on the tube map, so not the London Overground, Tram Link, Cable Car, National Rail Network or DLR. Very, very best of luck.
Thank you very much. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that jackpot, £4,250, is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Now, also remember that the answers you provide can come from any of these categories. How you spread them across the categories is entirely down to you. They could all come from one or one from each. Entirely up to you. Are you ready?
Yep.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, a couple of ones that stand out on park. OK, Regent's Park. Hyde Park will be too obvious, I think. Regent's Park.
Is Wood Green a station?
Wood Green, we'll go for it. Sounds familiar. Because I know St John's Wood, but again, that's too popular. Primrose Hill, possibly for the top one.
Yeah.
That's another one. Park, I say Hyde Park, no.
Hillside or something like that.
Hillside, I can't think of any other hill. I'm trying to go around the Monopoly board and see if there's anything there, but nothing.
Mallory Park.
That's Leicestershire, unfortunately.
Fair enough, that
yeah. No, I think that's about as good as we get. So, Primrose Hill, Regent's Park, and what did you say?
Wood Green.
Wood Green, sorry, yeah. I think that's about as good as we're going to get into. Wood Green, I'm just...
10 seconds left.
I know St John's Wood, I'm sure there's something like St John's Hill. No, we're going out Primrose Hill, Regent's Park, and Wood Green.
OK, that's your time up. I now need your 3 answers. What are you going to give me?
OK, I think we're going to go for Hill will be Primrose Hill.
Primrose Hill.
We'll try Regent's Park.
Regent's Park.
And we'll try Wood Green.
Wood Green. OK, now of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
Probably Wood Green, isn't it?
We'll probably say Wood Green.
OK, Wood Green we'll put last.
Wrong or pointless.
Least likely to be pointless?
I'd say Regent's Park.
Regent's Park. OK, let's pop those up on the board in that order, and here they are. We've got Regent's Park, Primrose Hill, Wood Green. OK, well, best of luck. Your first answer was Regent's Park. This was the one you thought was probably least likely to be pointless. But remember, only one of these has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. £4,250. Leo, what would you do with your split of that?
A lot of things going through my mind, but I think it would have to be... I've always wanted to go to Vegas and just gamble it away. So that would be it. A trip to Vegas. OK, James?
Luckily for Leo, a friend of mine's getting married next year, and his stag party's going to be in Vegas. So, you know, you could always come along to that. And the other half would probably go to, well, family holiday.
Very good. OK, well, best of luck. So, as I say, your first answer, Regent's Park. This is a London Underground station containing the word park, or so you hope. Let's find out if that's right, and if it is, let's find out if it's pointless. If it is that, it will win you £4,250. How many people said Regent's Park? Well, it's right. As I say, if this goes all the way down to the bottom, you leave here with £4,250. Down it goes through the 30s, through the 20s, into the teens. Ew, not quite into single figures. 12, though. I would say, obviously I know nothing, remember that, but I would say Regent's Park, probably one of the most famous parks of all the London Underground stations. Only 12 people got it. I think that's a good sign. Anyway, it's not a pointless answer, so we only have 2 more shots at today's jackpot. Your second answer was Primrose Hill. This, of course, being an underground station with the word hill in it. It has to be correct, then it has to be pointless for you to win the jackpot. So for £4,250, let's see how many people said Primrose Hill. No, bad luck. Bad luck, not an underground station. Only one more chance to win today's jackpot. Everything is riding on your third and final answer, which is Wood Green. Now then, this was the answer you thought you had most faith in when it came to being pointless. If it is pointless, obviously it has to be correct. It will win you £4,250. Let's see how many people said Wood Green. It's right. So your first answer, Regent's Park, took us down to 12. Your second answer, Primrose Hill, was an incorrect answer. Your 27, bad luck. Bad luck. That was quite a tough category, particularly only in a minute. That minute really flew by, not nearly long enough. And unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, which means you don't win today's jackpot of £4,250. That will roll over onto the next show. But we've really enjoyed having you on the show, and you've done incredibly well. And you get to take home a pointless trophy each. So very, very well done.
Yeah, well played, guys. Primrose Hill's no tube station there, I'm afraid. Wood Green, actually the highest scorer of any of the ones with wood in it. St John's Wood was second. Green Park was the biggest scorer of all, would have scored you 41. For Hill, you could have had Dollis Hill, Gants Hill, you could have had Notting Hill Gate, would have been a good answer. You could have had Sudbury Hill, also could have had Northwood Hills. Not sure I know Northwood Hills.
Sounds lovely.
So you could look at the next one. This is Park. You could have had Chiswick Park. Around the corner from me, Kilburn Park, Newbury Park, Stonebridge Park. Also could have had Belsize Park. You could have Moor Park, Northwick Park, Ravenscourt Park, or Tufnell Park. And containing the word wood, there's only 3. Oakwood, South Woodford, and Woodside Park. Very well done if you said any of those.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Leo and James, but it's been great having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing. Leo and James, very well done. Well, sadly, Leo and James didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show, and we will be playing for £5,250. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.